Greetings, housemates, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Valkyria Chronicles. This is going to be Chapter 4, cutscenes, story, and headquarters prep for the coming mission of Chapter 4. Because, yeah, the cutscenes are starting to get intense. We do have... Whoops. That's right. Ellet Embedded. So we get some bonus reports, right? We purchased this after we finish Mission 3. Of course, know that every time I start a chapter, it's with an A rank in the last mission, and whatever happened in that A rank mission is canon. Because I'll play through once with only my standard amount of preparation, but then for my A rank videos, right, I have to come back and redo it if I don't get an A rank that first time. And it's really hard to get an A rank the first time without knowing exactly what's up. Also, in general, I will play skirmishes off camera, so to speak, to get my money up enough to buy the things I want to buy before the next mission. But usually I just go with kind of the minimum things I want to buy. Like, in the War Cemetery, I want to buy Healing Request for 6,500 XP, which is a lot of XP, but I think purchasing orders from the War Cemetery is a good move. Some of the orders you can get are incredible. Some of them are okay. But I do want to get them all. So I'm going to do just enough skirmishes to collect everything and over the course of the game. So, alright, let's jump into the story. Let's go with Ellet Embedded first. Alright, so this is the first purchasable item at the writing on the wall, leading up to Ellet writing a book. So let's see what she has to say when she interviewed the quirky cast of Squad 7.
Squad 7 of Regiment 3. My first impression, good. Lieutenant Welkin Gunther, squad leader. Next in command, Sergeant Alicia Melchiot.
Grumpy face.
That lieutenant looks softer than I'd expect for the son of the late General Gunther. And her hometown is Brule, same as Gunther. Could be childhood friends. But if I'm lucky, they were childhood sweethearts. We'll just have to find out how close they are. Next on the list, Sergeant Largo Potter and Corporal Bridget Stark. Oh wait, that's right. Stark had a nickname. Gotta jot that down. Goes by Rosie. There. Looks like those two don't trust Gunther much yet. That could be good.
Good for you.
Could be really good. Who does that leave? Right, the tank pilot, Corporal Isara Gunther. Huh, she's the lieutenant's sister. Now that's strange. She looks dark-skinned to me. Wonder how that comes into the picture. You couldn't ask for a more colorful crew than that, could you? Something tells me these guys are different than the usual troop somehow. Maybe my keen journalistic instincts?
Better hope so.
Well then... the truth's not gonna uncover itself. Here I come, ready or not.
Alright, Squad 7, prepare to be pestered.
Oh, there's Sergeant Potter, and Corporal Stark with him. Hey, guys! Mind if I ask a few questions? It'll only take a second.
What, like an interview? What do you want to go interviewing us for?
Aw, come on, big guy. I bet we'd make better topics than some rich kid.
Wonderful. Let's start with you then, Largo. You fought in the First European War, right?
Yeah, I've been a soldier ever since, too. I'm what you'd call a seasoned warrior, see?
And why did you choose to stay in the Force? Most people try to avoid the soldiering life.
It's an honest living, plus I got my reasons. Besides, I ain't the only one. Look at Elle.
Elle? Who's Elle?
If I had to guess, I'd say Eleanor Virat. Captain Virat, that is. 3rd Regiment. It seems you've got quite a history with her. Care to fill in some details for us?
There ain't no details. Is this the trash you want to write about?
Yeah.
Look, I'm a busy guy. I'm out of here.
Hey, Largo, wait up!
Oh, just let him go. We can have a little chat, just the 2 of us girls.
Brutal.
So, Rosie. Can I call you Rosie? Beautiful name, by the way. Do you like flowers?
I used to sing at a bar. It was hardly a flower patch, but my nickname there stuck. Tell you what, though. Some customers came from miles away just to hear me sing.
My. So why's a pretty young songbird with a voice as sweet as a rose so thorny towards Lieutenant Gunther and all those others?
I just ain't trusting my back to a stinking dark hair is all.
Oh, racist.
Traumatic past experience with the Darkson leave you bitter, maybe?
Think what you want. I got better things to do than sit around gabbing about 'em is all. You can put me down as allergic, yeah? Just chatting and I'm starting to feel sick.
Rosie.
Bet she'd spill the beans if you got her riled up enough. Maybe next time. Still, a veteran carrying a torch for his captain and a Darkson-hating chanteuse? They may be cranky, but they're characters.
We're gonna have to beat it out of all these people. Jerks better get over it.
Boo!
Oh, hello, Miss Ellett. How are you?
A little freaked out now. You didn't even bat an eye at that. You were staring at the sky pretty intently. Something up there we should know about?
I'd like to fly. Well, actually, I'd like to fly my brother.
Fly
Awkward.
your brother? Care to expound on that?
Don't ask, Miss Ellett. Don't ask.
You don't seem the type to have her head in the clouds. It's very romantic.
I believe myself to be quite logical, really. Too logical, perhaps.
Okay, so if you don't mind my asking, how exactly are you and your brother related? Wait, let's leave that for now. How would you describe your brother as a person?
Welks is... objectively speaking, he can seem a little strange sometimes.
I see. Although I'm a little unsure of what that means, coming from you.
But he is a very kind person, and loyal. Anytime my heritage brought me trouble, he was the first to come to my defense.
I see. Sounds like you really love him, huh?
I would say I respect him a great deal.
Gotcha. Sounds like you lucked out in the sibling department then.
Yes, very much so. That's why I'd like to give him the opportunity to fly.
I'm still not sure I follow that exactly, but we'll leave that for another day. Thanks for your time. Next up, Squad Leader Gunther himself.
Yeah, the themes of racism, pretty shallow in this one. Like, it just touches on there's a subculture poor and abused by the general public. And it does get into why that's a popularly spread bias. But, you know, for the most part, it doesn't get too in-depth or traumatic, if that's a trigger for you.
Hello, hello! Are you ready for your big interview?
Okay, actually, so I say too traumatic. I mean, I think that there's forced labor is involved. I wouldn't say it gets any more traumatic than the rest of the war story, which is kept fairly light for actual war. There are no death camps or anything like that.
Hello, Miss Ellett. Hard at work again, I see.
Didn't you already interview him before?
Oh, Alicia, I wanted to get in a chat with you today, too.
Wait, really? You're going to write an article about me?
Uh-oh. That one snuck past her defenses.
I can't say whether it'll make the paper, but I do have some questions for you. You've been at Lieutenant Gunther's side since you left Brule. Tell me what he's like.
Wait a minute. You want to interview me about him? Well, let's see. We only met just a few days ago, but... he's a pretty interesting person. You never know what he's going to say next.
I see. So, forget he's your boss for a second. What do you think of him as a guy?
What? I've never really thought about it. I don't know.
Is that so? Well, Lieutenant Gunther, care to comment in her place?
What kind of guy am I?
Lieutenant, where'd he go?
Huh? Oh, sorry. There was just this crazy-looking bug. I got distracted.
See what I mean? He's an interesting guy, if unpredictable.
No kidding. Now, Lieutenant Gunther, I have a couple of questions for you. First up, how do you feel about this war, as the son of a hero from the First European War?
Same as anybody else, I guess. I want it to be over. Are people looking at me as the son of a hero? Well, maybe I am, but I'm still just me.
Okay then, let's talk about you. What are you fighting for?
I feel like the present world is made up of things we've inherited from the past. We get life and a home from our parents, knowledge from our teachers. And not just the good stuff. Take prejudice against Darksons. That's learned behavior.
Yeah, speak it, Wilkes.
Uh-huh.
Every creature out there is trying to pass things along to future generations. I want to pass on what I think is right. I'm fighting for the ability to do that.
Thank you very much. That's all I've got for you today.
Yeah, way to sow your societal genes. The right ones.
Great, we're done? I want to get back to that fascinating insect again.
You really hit the nail on the head. He's as entertaining as he is unpredictable. I was planning on moving along to the next squad after interviewing everyone in Squad 7. But I think I'll stick around and learn a bit more about you Sevens, if you don't mind.
Not at all. Just try to stay out of the combat zones, for your own safety.
Boom, Alicia. Boom.
I'm not making any promises.
Or boom, your foot, Miss Ellett.
I go where the scoop takes me. That's just how I roll.
Alright, so, we got that for, what, 1,100 ducks? Remember, skirmishes there's basically an infinite supply, so. Alright, I like to go to headquarters immediately after every mission, and then again before missions. I think it only changes up after the mission. Before I do anything else, you'll end up with a lot more cash than you have anything to do with.
Hello again, son.
If you if you earn enough XP to buy everything, you'll have oodles more cash. XP is going to be the scarcer resource.
I'll teach you healing request today. Use it to request a medic to heal a single allied unit's wounds.
All right.
Well, what is your decision?
I'm into it. 6,500 XP. Whew. Eventually, these become cheap.
Very good. I hope my orders can assist you in saving the nation.
But
I hope we'll meet again. Should you wish, you can likely find me here.
So he just won't show up if he has nothing to teach you, I think. Let's go back and see.
Hello again, son.
Oh, he's back.
I'm sorry, but
Okay, there he is.
I hope...
So, let's see. The healing request, I hope it's 1 command point, but I feel like it might be 2. And it's a good, like, 100 or 200 health or something. It's really good for, like, reinforcing an already tough character who just needs to keep pushing. Or saving someone's butt. But generally, saving someone's butt is just, it means you're off on the wrong foot. Okay, we already bought castle front stuff. Let's go to the training field first. Spin the rest of our XP.
What?
Alright, who do I want more levels of? We just need better sniper rifles. I do tend to focus on the scouts, especially until you get their, because they're just so good. But I know I just got scout and shock trooper boosts. Snipers. When I need my snipers to perform, I need my snipers to perform. Shock troopers are just so good on their own. Maybe that's one thing. The class benefits of shock trooper, lancer, and engineer are all really solid. Snipers have great class benefits, but they just need as much as they can get of their specialty. And then the scouts are kind of good at everything, and so the levels are just more important there. Let's go ahead and get snipers. I think there's an accuracy boost.
I got
Order you can get.
good work.
Sadly, nothing special. Engineers, lancers. Lancers you don't start using until a bit later in the game. We could save up. I think I want to hit engineers. As engineers,
You're better than this.
they often need to do some pretty dangerous stuff.
Good
And they
work,
have
maggots.
really low health.
Looks like that session beat a new potential out of the engineers.
Alright, so we'll let the engineers coast on their newfound power spike.
Come.
Hit up this R&D facility. Ooh, you know, next time I'll... oh, whatever. We'll come back. Alright. Not nearly as many upgrades to purchase this time. If any... Nope. Looks like nothing to buy between those. Let's see if the Edelweiss has anything. Okay, so we went from range to range and to extra damage to the primary weapon. Here we can get more body defense. And here we can get more body, tread, health, and tread defense. We're pretty loaded, but let's see what else there is. Spare tread, still, radiator, Alright, well, let's go. First off, you want that cannon doing as much damage as possible. Reinforced body is real cheap, and that's quite a boost. That's 1/6 of our primary health there, and that's almost half of our tread health. Plus tread defense. And it's real expensive. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that steel upgrade. So that we're more resistant to other tanks. Alright, we can buy these things. They're looking cheap these days. Just pop that in there. And that ups our tread health by another 50. These little ones are quite good. They're very easy to fit in. Later upgrades can be big as, I don't think there's a 3x3 one, but there is a 2x3. Alright. And that's everything we can purchase. We already outfitted the tank with all those goodies.
Come back!
5,000 cash to spare. That's enough to keep in the bank. Okay, we want to pimp out Rosie with our captured weapon. And that should be it. We'll move on. Alright, so here's what you get. Note that the range drops from 200 to 80. What? But the damage is increased by 10 from 21 to 31. And the damage versus armor goes up by 15 as well. And that's per bullet, of which you get 20 shots. So it's ultra close range, but significantly more damaging. And we'll give it to Rosie because her strong-willed take less damage from interception fire can make her practically immune to interception fire. She can waste through a ton of it. So no one covers ground better than Rosie under fire, which means she's the perfect person to get in close and use this new and interesting weapon we have. So yeah, potentials, I'm pretty sure B is for boost. So you'll note that Rosie has another potential we can unlock. Since she's a story character, it actually comes with its own mission. The boosts come from class upgrades, but if you see like a dash over here or here on a character that's not like one of the primary characters, one of the squad leaders, then you can just unlock it by playing with that character enough. Which means that the team that you take out regularly is going to be the best developed team, although occasionally you can get a bad item. Alright, enough tooling around there. We spent our resources from Chapter 4, or 3. Let's see what's up with Chapter 4 before we hit the mission in the next episode. This one is all story, baby.
Squad 7's suppression of the enemy camp on the West Bank gave us the foothold we needed.
Excellent.
Now we'll join the Army's vassal battalion in Operation Cloudburst to take back the bridge. Militia forces will take the point, crossing the bridge and attacking the eastern camp.
Captain, crossing that bridge means breaching the enemy bridgehead. What sort of on-site backup and supplies can we expect from the Army on this?
None.
The plan calls for the Army to commence its operation after we've struck the bridgehead.
Wait a minute. So we're just being offered up on a platter?
I know how you feel. I felt that way when I was a militia foot soldier too. But sometimes being a soldier means taking on tough missions. Even dangerous ones.
Even suicidal ones.
Understood, Captain.
Gah, Faldio.
I'm not saying you're wrong, Faldio. Breaching that bridgehead by ourselves is... it's going to be tough.
Captain Virat, may I go observe the area around the bridge?
Observe it? I don't mind, but what do you...
Welkin!
Sergeant Melchiot, what is it?
Oh, sorry to interrupt the meeting.
We're finished, it's fine. Now, I assume there's a reason for your visit?
Yes, Captain. Welkin, I mean, Lieutenant Gunther, the squad, they're at each other's throats.
What?
Please stop them, sir. I tried to, but I couldn't.
You want me to break it up?
Come on, Wilkies.
I don't know. Maybe it'd be better to just let him have it out.
Don't be a dick.
Let them have it out? You can't just ignore them.
I'm not ignoring them. I think it's important that they say what they're thinking.
With your think.
Butting heads over differing opinions can be one way to bring people closer together.
Well, but... that may be, but I still... Look, you can't just sit here while your squad's tearing itself apart. It's not right. Now get a move on, sir.
Nice.
Hey, Alicia?
That's what sergeants are for. When someone's got to kick the CO's
Sounds
ass,
like he's got his hands full.
it's got to be the executive officer.
It's all part of growing as a team.
It's true. Storming, forming, performing, right? Right, guys? You've all done team building work, right? No? Also, Captain Virat here, I was trying to think who she reminds me of. She reminds me of Integra from Hellsing. Just kind of like the, you know, the young adult version. The kiddie version. Alright, new episode added. Prepare yourself. Welkin's Boast. Boasting always ends well.
Hold on! Okay, what's going on here?
You really have to ask, Lieutenant? It's either her or me, pal. Who let her in anyway? You really think I'm gonna work with a dark hair? She'll blow us all up. Besides, I can't stand the stink of her! Her type's got a bad reputation and everybody knows it. No Darksons allowed. You hear me?
Oh yes, I've heard everything you have to say. But I'm still a human being the same as you. Besides, no evidence exists to substantiate what you call the Darkson calamity. It's a myth.
Excuse me? So what, you're calling me stupid now?
Stop it, that's enough!
Okay, boss man. We won't fight alongside no Darkson. What about that can't you understand? Another thing we ain't doing is taking orders from some hotshot greenhorn.
All right, fine. Now listen and listen good. I'll have that bridge back in Galia's hands in 48 hours.
Huh?
Now, if my plan fails, which I doubt, then I'll resign. And Squad 7 will be all yours, Largo. But if my plan works, you'll take my orders and like it.
And like it.
Your funeral, boss man. You sure about this?
Yes, I am.
But... wait a sec. Welkin?
I didn't mean escalate, Welkin. Too bad. Too bad. That's how Welkin rolls. About sub-episodes. Some episodes listed in book mode are marked with an asterisk. You can skip them. They tell a side story. We're not skipping anything. Don't even tell me that. No one cares. We're watching it all. The plan. I mean, it could be like, spoiler alert, except it's part of the story. I mean, I don't know.
Welkin?
What's up?
Obviously, they sidestepped the whole racist card with a kind of skill challenge boast thing. It comes up.
What's up? You just made an insane promise, that's what's up.
I'm sorry, Welks. I shouldn't have argued. This is all my fault.
Not true.
It's nobody's fault, Ys. It's a war. We're all on edge here. And this mission certainly isn't helping. It's little wonder the troops are upset.
So he's saying anyone would crack when forced into a suicide mission.
Yeah.
It's just where the flaws in their... the fault lines in their character are where people crack
That's why pulling this operation off is the perfect way to bring the squad together.
That'd be great if it works.
Mm-hmm.
But how can you possibly hope to take back the bridge in just 48 hours?
Well, that's the hard part.
Oh, smooth. He's like, everyone will be
Aha.
dead. It doesn't matter.
Huh? Aha, what?
I was hoping, but there they are. Isara, Alicia, think you can do me a favor?
Sure, what is it?
You follow me?
But that's... is that even possible?
Well, Ys, think you can make it by tomorrow?
Yes, I'll get to work on it now.
All right. I'll trust you on this.
Thanks, Alicia. Well, let's get started.
All right, mysterious plan set into motion.
All right, let's hear this brilliant plan. And it's too late to back out, boss man. You got that? So let's hear it.
We're going to strike the enemy encampment on the east bank.
Largo, you're going alone. Bet over.
Whoa, hold it. You're asking us to die for you?
Every day.
One squad ain't breaching that bridgehead, buddy boy. That would be suicide.
We're not taking on the bridgehead. We're taking on this, the river. We'll use the fog as cover as we cross the river, then launch a surprise attack.
Oh, come on. Is this just some game to you, boyo? Swimming a couple of foot soldiers over there ain't gonna do much if we got no tanks.
Don't worry, I've got that covered. Isara?
Tanks for days, Largo.
I've fitted the Edelweiss with water-resistant measures to allow for submersion.
Oh.
It will only hold for a few minutes, but it should be enough to cross.
Hold on just a sec. Ships come through here. It's gotta be too deep for a tank.
We're covered. Look, see that over there?
Trust me.
What's that? Grass?
Missile reed, a tall aquatic plant found in the estuaries of some rivers. I noticed them when I came down to observe the river. This stretch runs shallow. Shallow enough for a tank to drive across. Trust me on this.
I mean, if you're wrong, it just means horrible death, the loss of an expensive, valuable war asset, and, you know. Yeah. If Largo...
First, the Edelweiss will cross over and clear out any Imperial patrols on the shore. Then Lieutenant Gunther will send up a flare, signaling the rest of us to follow by boat.
Right. Now let's get started. I'll see you on the other side.
Flare, huh?
You hear something?
Yeah, I do. What is it?
Earthquake.
Beats me.
Admittedly, it would be pretty terrifying. We'll use the fog as cover, but we'll fire a flare. It's not how stealth works. But whatever. It was awesome.
The Edelweiss swims just fine. Fall in, Sevens!
Man, I hope he talked to Virat about that. Alright guys, that wraps up the story section for Chapter 4 and Ellet Embedded. So join me in the next episode for a crack at Operation Cloudburst, Chapter 4's mission. Until then, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.